Hi folks, and welcome back to our channel, The Second Look. And I have brought you another image for our playlist, The Worst Image. I have been out in the field doing a walk, and for a lifestyle photographer, being on a walk means at least bringing some sort of photograph equipment along. And so for me, currently, this entails or this includes a quite heavy backpack with 10 to 12 kilogram because I intend to always bring a telelens because if wildlife's coming along, and of course also your usual lens. For me, this is 24 to 70 millimeters to cover some broader spectrum. And I what I brought you, let's share you my screen. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Share screen. Is this bunny. Whoops. Move myself over here. A little bit enlarge. Zip. I brought you this bunny. And it's very dark. It was quite early in the morning. It was maybe 7:30. And so I had it on shutter speed 150 and with ISO 400. With 230 millimeters, I could have cranked up this a little bit, but this little fellow was quite close to me at one point in time. I think it's hard to get an estimation on distance, but I'd say it was maybe not even 10 meters. So he was quite astonished when he saw me, and vice versa. And the first thing I usually do, so I pray, that's the first thing, because those guys, they don't wait for you. They do go about their business, what they want to do. And we humans are actually a nuisance to them because maybe he wanted to be where I was or close and I was disturbing him. Sure. And so first thing I always do is pray that it at least sharp. And I think it is. It's sharp enough to could be a good image. So then what happens on the sensor? So this is all quite darkish, but if we were lucky, then we have the correct spectrum of light that we wanted. And we're gonna find out about this if we go to develop. So first tick is always auto adjust to see what it does. Yeah, yeah. Lucky me. Yes, you see, it was quite dark, but so the range is quite limited because so there's no red, there is no well, of course, in the mixture, maybe blue and stuff like that, but no red, yellow stuff, and those colors. So I was lucky that the sensor picked up enough of those information, and we can see it here on the histogram. The histogram, for those that don't know, this is the distribution of the amounts of pixels per color. So imagine this is color value 0 for white, and over here this is black. And so we can see it's only in between. So I don't know what kind of color is this more. So maybe greenish. And so we have the hugest or the most amount of pixels per color is somewhere here. And I assume it's somewhere brown or green. That's also the reason why I think it clipped here from the right side because there are not so much uh, black pixels. And so if we would go here, we see it becomes darker again, so you can enlighten here even more. But then we see that it gets over too much highlight on this side. So, well, maybe not as far, but this. And then we could even, what happens if we go here alongside? That's maybe a little bit better. And then we can, of course, also clip some of but it makes it, of course, darker again. If we clip the very, very light tones away, and then crank it up a little bit here, or just a little bit to get the maximum out of it. Unfortunately, that would be a cool feature if you could solve steps here and compare before, after, within what we did from step to step. But I would not know how the UI could also look like then without or not having even more sliders and stuff like there. So let's see what we have. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a no-brainer. Duh. Okay. But in general, I like this super lucky me, lucky me. So this is just because it's only also two images that I got sharp. I checked this before. Then I think, of course, we can see since it's ISO 400, there's some noise. It's not even that bad for that conditions, in my opinion. But let's reduce the noisiness, especially since it's a very fast algorithm. Denoising is quite known for a long time, and it made it a little bit better. Yes. Okay. Then to have it, I think I missed this in the last videos. What I usually also do is I crop it a little bit. I'm not sure what they do with this composition slider. So it for me it puts it too much in the far side of the right corner. So I think I move it up a little bit so that I have it more centered, have a little bit of this below as for composition. And I wanted to have those highlights or those details of these tweaks in the scene. What else can we do? Of course, our favorite, all-time favorite sliders. Crank it up over here. Uh, it works all the way to 100, but uh, then it gets really artifacty. I don't know how else to put it. So most of the time, my top right position or most right position is up to 40. So I often leave it between 30 and 40. No sky detected, of course. And what else can we do to pop it a little bit? So there's really not much haze. It was not golden hour, but we could bring it up and warm the colors a little bit if that would be to your liking. For me, not, since that's not what I saw. So I often compare it in my head and try to remember what I saw. But usually, as you know from my videos, I crank up the green a little bit more since I often like it if it's a little bit more popsy. It's not that much, just a little bit. So as for artistry or art to being artsy, just have a little bit of vignette. No, not that much. So just very, 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 very. I don't even know if that's recognizable. Not really. Maybe that's just for the subconscious mind. To put it a little bit centered, choose subject. Ding, on the eye. When do I notice it on my screen? Okay, I notice here. So then let's just put it over there to 1890. And then we're gonna try out. I don't know if I really want to sharpen it because I think it's enough. The eye is really very clear. If we zoom in, we can even see the sky here, the blue from the sky, the early morning. Well, let's run it. And I cut it out then again, but let's run it since maybe it brings it up a little bit better. a whole eternity later. So let's take a look on the eye again. Whoopsie daisy, it's a little bit more sharp. And only for the eye. So this is before, this is now, this is before, this is now. And we can see that it already gets here with this hair. It gets more, there are more artifacts. So these curves look like really nice, fine curves and like hair that is like hair. And this looks too sharp, or I don't know. There are too many artifacts. Also here in the hair and the head. Actually, I would like the soft look better. What is it from afar? From afar, it works a little bit better with the sharp, but we can even see here it's a little bit frizzled out. Suck, suck. So the much more natural look is the soft one and the not sharpened one. And I often see that if there are so many different details in an image, then the algorithm has a really hard time working. So I'm gonna throw that away. And of course, this also maybe depends on what you want to do with the image. If you want to have it on a poster anyway, on a huge poster, so then maybe this might be sufficient, since you have to imagine you also would even scale it up, and then you have it on a huge poster as per DIN norm, by DIN certificates, A2, A1, so really big posters, then it would be maybe better to have it more sharp. But with what I do it currently, so I'm gonna put it away, and I think I keep it at that. I don't wanna put some LUT on it this time, and I think I'm quite happy. Sun rays now, that's all artistic, relight. Maybe sometimes if I'm not happy with the colors, I do some color and put up saturation or stuff like that. But I don't want to have the green too much, and uh, I think it works quite good as a color image, so I wouldn't want to have it black and white. So I think I leave it at that. I actually hesitated to start this playlist, the worst image, because I thought I usually it's in best case scenario, I use 3 sliders, but apparently, according to views, you get something out of this, and I enjoy doing it. So why not? I'll keep doing the worst image. And this was quite fun for me again, especially since I have been quite lucky with this shot. And so I leave you with that. I hope you liked it. If you did, and if you do, please leave a like and for the video. And if you have some constructive feedback, what else you want to see me doing, or what else you want to have discussed, please leave some comments in the section below. And so that you don't miss out on one of our videos, it would be of huge joy for us if you hit the subscribe button, if you hit the bell button. And I hope to see you next time here on this channel. Bye. See ya.